guys, so for today's video I figured I would do kind of like a get ready with me while I actually get ready for the day, and kind of show you some new makeup things I've been doing, some new products I've been using, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So recently what I've been doing is using eyeshadow as like my eyeliner, and I've been going in and I've kind of just been using like tape or like the shadow guards or whatever to like kind of make like a smoky wing and just make it kind of subtle but like sultry at the same time. And then just like putting mascara on in like just a skin tone color of eyeshadow. And then I've been like kind of basing my lipstick off of that and like what colors I use there. So the palette I've been using to kind of create this eyeshadow smoky wing thing is the BH Cosmetics Love in London palette. Mostly I've been using the shade Piccadilly, which is like this purplish shade right here, which really works well for me because I have like greenish hazel eyes. So I've been using that. But today I think I'm going to go in with the shade Crumpet, and I'm going to go ahead and put like the shadow guards on and get started with that. So I have my left thing on, and I'm using, this isn't any particular brand. I think it came with some like eyeshadow palette I got off Amazon, but it's just a tiny, like I think it's a lip brush. And I just go in and I'm going to go into the shade Crumpet, like I said earlier, and just kind of like start in the middle like I do normally with eyeliner, and then kind of build it out and then like see how it looks after I take the shadow guard off, and then go from there. So I finished that. It's not smoked out yet. I'm going to do that now, actually. I like to like kind of get it sharp and then go in and smoke it out. So I'm actually using just an Anastasia Duo brush that comes with like their palettes. I don't use it for really anything else except for stuff like this, like because they're clean brushes, but they're not bad. I just, you know, prefer other ones. So I'm going to kind of just smoke it out. Just to make it a little bit less harsh. Go to the other side. All right. So now I'm going to go in with my Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer, and actually I'm just going to kind of cancel out the veins in my eyes, and then we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Single Shadow Brulee to kind of set it, and that's what we're going to do on the eyelids. So I'm just going to go in with like a makeup sponge and then like a tiny angled brush like this and just kind of blend it out. Alright, now I'm going to do the other eye, and then we're going to set it with Brulee shade of the Wet n Wild Single Shadow Collection. So here's my Wet n Wild Brulee. I've heard Jessica Braun talk about this for like years, and I've never actually been able to locate it, and I finally found it at a CVS in Birmingham, and I was very excited. It was definitely worth like the $1.50 that it cost or something like that, because it's like the perfect shade, just a perfect skin tone shade, and it's great to set concealer or an eyeshadow base, to even just like do a regular eyeshadow look where you just need to start off with like a blank canvas. So I really have been liking this. So I have that all blended out and everything, so we're done with the eyeshadow and like the eyeliner thing, and now we're going to go in with mascara, and this is a little bit of a different order than I do it, but what I found is like if I get mascara on my eyelid, I can just let it dry and just gotta get a Q-tip and just like flake it off, and it'll come up and it looks fine. So I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer, which I love. And then we're going to go in with a new mascara. Well, it's not new. It's not like a new release, but a mascara that's new to me that I've really been enjoying. Alright, now that we have that on, I'm going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This one I've heard a lot about too. It's only like $4.99, and I've really been liking it. It kind of is like tied with the Lash Paradise. I do think the Lash Paradise may last a little bit longer in terms of like this one sometimes will transfer if I like sweat or something, which that's silly, probably all of them would, but I feel like this one is more transfer prone than like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. So I'm just going to go in with this. It's got a bit of a different brush than the Lash Paradise. We're just going to like coat the lashes. I kind of coat once, let a mascara sit for like 30 seconds, coat again, let it sit, coat again, and then usually it's good to go. So now we have the mascara on, and you can see it's very long and kind of voluminous. Not too much though, because I'm more of a length person, I think. I do like some volume, but not like where it looks like spidery. So we're going to go into primer, and you guys have heard me talk about this before. It's the e.l.f. Luminous Matte Primer, and it just works really well. It's getting kind of colder here in Alabama, and my skin's getting drier, and it still performs really well with like the way my skin is changing. So yeah, I'm going to throw this on, and then we're going to get to a foundation that I've been loving recently. So I have the primer on and everything, so now it's time to go in with foundation, and the foundation I've actually really been enjoying recently is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. It's actually in a really nice package. It's a glass bottle, it's got a nice pump, and they have 60 shades on the Makeup Revolution website, but they only have like 16 or something at Ulta and on Ulta's website, so just keep that in mind. This is my closest shade match based on the Ulta I went to. So I'm just going to pump it out just like I normally do with my foundation, and then go in with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush and then a sponge to smooth it out, and then we're going to get into concealer. I'm going to go on with my Eco Tool sponge. I'm going to take my fancy new mirror that I got from Amazon. If I can, I will link it below. And I'm just going to kind of get up close and smooth it out. I have the foundation on, and I smoothed it out with my sponge like I said. A couple things I want to mention. This foundation is pretty full coverage when you first put it on, but if you did want to layer it, because you might have a lot to cover or something like that, it does build really well. You can see it's kind of like a luminous finish, which is not usually something I go for, but since the seasons are changing, my face is drier, and since this is full coverage, it's okay to me that it's a little bit dewier, and I just go in with setting powder, and then like after like a couple hours it warms up and everything, and then it kind of just stays like a nice satin matte for the rest of the day. The foundation has hyaluronic acid in it, and we all know how I feel about hyaluronic acid, so that pretty much was a good selling point. It doesn't break me out or anything like that, so I really recommend this, especially for those of you who do have maybe severely dry skin. It's really nice for that kind of stuff. So yeah. Now I'm going to move on to the concealer, and the concealer that I have been using is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and I have two different shades. One is my more summer shade, it's a little bit darker, and this is the winter shade of my concealer. It's in the shade Fair 08, and so I'm just going to put this under my eyes and then go in with setting powder, and then I'm going to do my brows. because I forgot to mention before I started putting it on, I use the Coty Airspun. I've recently been using the Maybelline Fit Me More, but I actually ran out, and so I've been using this, and I still love it, just don't wear it for flash photography. And so now we're going to get into the brows, and I've just been using the CoverGirl eyebrow pencil in the shade Soft Blonde. It's perfect shade match for me, pretty much, which is hard to find because usually blonde eyebrow shades are either really orangey or way too dark. So let's just go ahead and throw some brows on. Brows on, and now it's time to kind of kick off the bake and then go on with regular face powder. And I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear in the shade Translucent. This is great for at your house, on the go. I put it in my purse when I leave. Great touch up. The only thing I have a complaint about is the fact that it has a brush and not like a sponge thing, even though the sponges aren't usually that great either, but this is fine ish. So let's go ahead and do that. The Coty Airspun powder is really good. I just haven't used it in a while because I usually like to use a Maybelline one because it doesn't have any flashback, but I'm just going to the grocery store today and shopping and whatnot, and it's not like I'm going to be taking pictures. Both of the setting powders are really smoothing, just so you guys know. Like, so if you have some pores, it smooths those out. If you have some texture going on, it helps smooth that out. See, I have like residue from the pimple that I got from a foundation that I'll be discussing soon, and why I can't use it, which is actually really sad because I actually really like the way it looked. Alright, so I'm going to go with that Physicians Formula powder and my e.l.f. powder brush and just pat it all over the face. So I put my face powder on and everything like that, so I'm actually going to go back into the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take the shade Crumpet and run it under my lower lash line. So I did the lower lash line, smoked it out, and now I'm going to go with bronzer, and I've just still been loving the Maybelline City bronzer. I accidentally broke it by opening it normally. So I'm just going to go in with my Eco Tools bronzer brush and just do it like I normally do. I set my brows, put my bronzer on, and the last step now is to put on lip liner and lipstick. I went ahead and did my hair because it needed some creases straightened out. So I'm using the Rimmel Innocent lip liner. It's in the shade Innocent. I don't know why I said it in that order. And I'm just going to line my lips like I normally would. Alright, so now that I've lined my lips, I'm going to go in with lipstick, and I'm using the Morphe Mega Matte Bare All lipstick. It's just a nude. It's actually a pretty good nude for me. I more like this lipstick for the color and less for the formula. The formula's not bad, it's just nothing special. But it's a really good nude for my skin tone, and I've been on like the hunt for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my lips. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope you really like it. This is not what I do on like an everyday basis now. I really like it because it's kind of like soft but sultry, so a little bit of glam, a little bit of chill. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell down below and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!